respected teachers, learned teachers from Patliputra Sahodaya School Complex, Patna, as well as to all respected learned teachers from Jamshedpur Sahodaya. A very good evening to our mentor, to our guide, Dr. Shubhashri Sarkar. With her blessings only, this type of training program can be conducted. Thank you, ma'am, for giving me the opportunity to be with you all and with such vibrant and great teachers. Thank you also to Rajiv Ranjan Sinha sir, who is the chairperson of Patliputra Sahodaya School Complex. What a great gentleman he is. Once I got the opportunity to interact with him. So good afternoon, good evening, sir. Hope you are also with us. And all respected teachers. Today,
Good evening, sir.
good
This
evening,
is
ma'am.
Subhashri.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
So
So we
much.
are eagerly waiting for your session. I wish you all the best for today's session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay, we'll just start within a minute.
Yes.
Our topic of discussion or learning is about art integrated education, or art integrated, or art in education, or art in classroom, in whichever way you take. Okay, and this small letter of just, or this small word, I'll say, sorry for that, it's a small word with just 3 letters, A-R-T, has such a great impact in our life. Each and every second, somewhere or other, we are involve ourselves, we keep ourselves, we take ourselves into the artistic world. We put ourselves into the artistic. And if art is combined with education, in fact, respected teachers, I think definitely you all will agree with me that if we look back to our own school days, some 30 years, 40 years back, when our teachers used to teach us in classrooms, they also used some sort of artistic means and ways to make sure that we learn whatever they want to teach in the best possible way. Unfortunately, during those days, we never really recognized this art form of learning, the curriculum. As with the passage of time, the more advanced system in education, with more research in education, it was found that art in its various forms, if implemented and integrated into education, then learning will be much better. But with this, we will move forward and see. Let us see what we have in our presentations today. So I am sharing time to time. I will share the screen. I will share the PPTs, as well as I will share a video also, so that we all get a comprehensive idea about exactly what we need to know. Thank you. So I'm sharing my screen. All of you can see my screen. Is it visible? Mr. Banerjee, is the screen visible?
Yes, it is Bill.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so we will start the day. We will start the day with Swami Vivekananda's Bani. Just a minute. Something is disturbing over here. Let me just remove this. So art, what Swamiji, the greatest son of the soil, said about art. Art is representing the beautiful. There must be art in everything. So, according to Swamiji, art is representing the beautiful, and there must be art in it. So, if this great man said so, definitely is something. Why education will be left out from it? Let's see the next slide, what we have. Now, all of you can see this picture or a painting or whatever you want to say, or an illustration, and where we can see that a teacher is teaching in a particular classroom. It's an open classroom. There's a tree, there are birds, there are musical instruments, there are animals. They are colored in various ways. There are children coming to school wearing different types of dress and everything. So all these represent some sort of art in learning. And when you infuse it, it becomes art integrated education. Now, art integrated education. What CBSE has to say? Art integrated learning is yet another step by CBSE for making classrooms joyful. So that's very simple. Art integrated learning is yet another step by CBSE for making classrooms joyful. And respected teachers, I hope you will definitely agree with me that as far as CBSE is concerned, and as far as education from CBSE is concerned, innovation is happening there at every moment, at every second. So that's another great work being done from CBSE. You know, the National Curriculum Framework of 2005 has recommended something about art integrated education. But first, let us know what is this National Curriculum Framework, or NCF as you all call it. Actually, it's like a framework where eminent people from various academic background, starting from say PRT teachers to great people like Dr. Shubhasri Sarkar, who are also subject specialists from CBSE. They all join hands together along with NCRT people and all, and they make frameworks. They make curriculum on what needs to be taught, what type of books to be made, where the books to be edited, how the syllabus will be made, what are the different methods of education should be applied, what are the different strategies for teaching in the classroom should be done. All these things are actually done in this curriculum framework. The first one was in 1975, it was made, if I'm not making a mistake. Then in 1988, the second came. The third came in 2004, and the last one came in 2005, and we are all actually following this 2005 NCF. Okay, so what does NCF recommend? What it's saying? NCF is saying that art as a subject at all stages, covering all four major spheres, that is music, dance, visual arts, and theater, and so on and so forth, and theater, and so on and so forth. We must bring the arts squarely into the domain of curricular. We must bring squarely it into the domain, into the area of curriculum or curricular, infusing them in all areas of learning. Not only to a particular fixed area, we will influence them or input them or infuse them or join them or inculcate them in all areas of learning. That is the recommendation from NCF 2005. NCF 2005 also states what? The importance of India's heritage, crafts, in terms of their economic and aesthetic values should be recognized as being relevant to school education. So NCF 2005 also states, it also recommends that the importance of India's heritage, our own heritage, our own culture, our own traditions, our crafts, in terms of their economic and aesthetic values. Economic value is something that we also recognize, because finally it is that value which develops a nation. And aesthetic value should be recognized as being relevant to school education. So school children should know, should understand the value of our heritage, the value of our crafts, and how much they help us in developing the nation. Keeping the above mind, keeping this particular thinking of NCF, or this particular recommendation of NCF, keeping the above in mind, the board has held discussions. CBSE has held discussion with several stakeholders, including schools, principals, teachers, NCRT, art professionals, etc. And accordingly, it has emerged that integration of art with education will lead to the betterment of learning and the classrooms will become more joyful. This is what CBSE has to say. What CBSE is saying as far as NCF's recommendation, that keeping the above in mind, that is the importance of heritage, culture, crafts, their economic values, their aesthetic values and all, CBSE has held discussions with several stakeholders, including schools, principals, teachers, NCRT, art professionals, etc. And accordingly, it has emerged that integration of art with education will lead to the betterment of learning and the classrooms will become more joyful. Now, respected teachers, I will show you a video, a very old video, okay, where we will find when the initiation of art education really started. Okay, we'll see a video first. Okay, so I will stop sharing this for some time and I will show you a video. Just a minute, just give me a little bit time. Okay, we will get it very soon. I'm not able to get the video. I will show you the video. But now we will move into the exact topic. Okay. Okay, now the screen is visible. This screen is visible. Mr. Banerjee, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. Now the presentation, this presentation that we will going to have, it is in collaboration with Wikispedia and NCERT, and this is a beautiful presentation. Everything is given in detail, and definitely we will get a lot of ideas. At the end, I will try to show the video. I don't know where the video got lost. It's a beautiful video, but I'll show it to you. Okay. So what we will see today is art integrated learning. We will see stage-wise learning objectives. We will see the strategies for implementation. We will see classroom management, and of course, we will see assessment in art integrated learning. So these are these 5 parameters that we will see, and if we go through them, if we learn them, then definitely we will have a very, very big impact on our work, as well as it will have a very big impact in our day-to-day teaching. So art integrated learning. Let us see what we have. Art integrated learning is a teaching learning model which is based on learning through the arts and with the arts. Now, this particular line, especially this sentence, through the arts and with the arts, is very, very important. Whatever we want to teach our children, whatever we want to teach, whatever we want to discuss with them, it should, whatever we are taking into consideration, it should be through arts and it should be with arts. It is a process where art becomes the medium of teaching learning, a key to understanding concepts within any subject of the. See how beautiful it is. It's a process. So art integrated learning is a process where art becomes the medium of teaching learning, a key to understanding the concept within any subject of the curriculum. So whichever subject you are teaching, whatever is there in the curriculum, this will be the key understanding. Learners will explore creatively while building connections between different concepts through various art forms. Art experiences, not only art forms, art experiences, both in visual, that is drawing and painting, clay modeling, pottery, paper crafts, mask and puppet making, heritage crafts, etc. So all the forms of art, both the visuals as well as the performing arts, will be taken into consideration while we will be using art integrated learning. And what are the various forms of art experiences? We will have drawing and painting, clay modeling, pottery, paper crafts, mask and puppet making, heritage crafts, etc. And performing arts will consist of music, dance, theater, puppetry, etc. So lead to a better understanding and construction of knowledge about different concepts. Arts have the flexibility to accommodate age-appropriate opportunities for learners who can explore their individual pace. This resonates with experiential learning. So see, with art, what is the speciality with art is that it is very flexible. It's very flexible and it is age-appropriate. Respected teachers, I hope all of you know this, that NCERT, the curriculum that NCERT prepares, the books that NCERT prints, makes, okay, all these are made according to the age appropriateness of the students. There is a feeling among many schools, or with due respect to everybody, I'm saying there's a feeling among many schools, many teachers, many parents, that the children should know much more than what they are supposed to know in their particular classroom. Now that is something very, very wrong. It's a wrong concept. People say, no, that my child is in class 3, but he or she can solve the problems of class 7 or class 5. No, this is a wrong concept. Things should be done according to the age appropriateness, according to the capacity of the brain and the catching power of the brain. This is what we do through art integrated education when we follow the NCERT curriculum. Then there will be stage-wise learning objectives. No, learning through arts can take place at all levels of schooling. It is not only that it will take place in one particular part of the schooling, no, in all levels of schooling. Art integrated learning is experiential in nature. Children get the freedom to experiment with nature, with their own selves, with their peers, and they learn. And when this type of learning happens, then the retaining capacity of the children increases by several folds. So all those great trendsetters who are there at NCERT doing unique work should be applauded. Okay, so let's go forward to respond with their imagination and emotional strengths. So they will learn experientially. Their learning will be experiential in nature, and the children will respond with their imagination and emotional strengths. And when children start imagining, the needs of children will vary with age, social context, of course, ability, stage-wise objectives for engaging children in art integrated learning. Okay, so the needs of the children will vary. with age, with social context, with ability, from where they are coming and all. So how to engage the children? Okay, now we will see how we will start with pre-primary level. At this stage, children are both highly inquisitive and energetic, isn't it? Now we always notice in classes, especially the junior school, the pre-primary stage children, those cute little children, they will go on asking you different types of questions. They are they move around the school, they jump and they will do all sorts of things. For 2 years they were not with us. Just imagine what was our condition. Now they are back today morning in the school. Today when I was in the school, some 3-4 little cute girls of LKG, they came to me and they started showing me a lot of different forms of art. They just, somebody drew a parrot, somebody drew a flower, and they're showing me, sir, this is parrot. Parrot is green in color. So this is the way they learn. In the morning itself, it happened to me. So at this stage, children are very inquisitive. They are very energetic. Creative activities such as drawing, painting, clay work, music are both appealing and engaging for the young children. Yes. Just imagine yourself when you were in class nursery or class KG, and how your nursery or KG teacher used to sing and dance in the classroom. I vividly remember my the nursery teacher, Mrs. MacReddy, the way she used to dance and she used to do all sorts of things in the classroom. So appealing. And I can still remember, after 30 years, I still remember them. More than 30 years, sorry for that. The objective of children's participation in visual and performing art is to what? To make learning and joyful and engaging. We have to engage the children. You have to bring them into focus. Encourage children to be aware of their environment through keen observation and unhindered exploration. They should know their environment. They should know their ecology. They will observe. The more they will observe, the more they will see. The more they will see, the more they will believe. And there will be no restrictions at all. This is something that needs to be taken care of. Promote sensitivity towards environment. Understand. They will be sensitized about the environment. Allow free emotional expression, communication, and creative involvement. At pre-primary stage, we will be doing all these things with art. Facilitate children to express freely and spontaneously. No judgment, no discussion, no competition, no comparison. Let them live in the free world and let them express themselves freely. So this is the stage where children are highly inquisitive, they're highly energetic, and if we can, thank you, Vinod Bablu Kumar Sarji, for your response. This is what we need at pre-primary stage. That's why we have these play schools, and we just keep color pencils and this drawing boards and everything scattered around the classrooms. Let them do it by their own self. In primary level, what will happen? Art education at this stage needs to link with all subjects such that it becomes a tool of teaching learning concepts. So at this stage, what we will do? We will try to link the subjects, mathematics, social science, or whatever. Actually, primary level, we have mathematics, English, second language, that is Hindi or whichever language, and a little bit of environmental science we have. So all this can be linked with art. Art can play an effective role in strengthening the child's curiosity, thinking. The more they will see, the more they will think. Evening, ma'am. They should have a positive impact on the skills related to intellectual, socio-emotional, motor, language, and overall literacy. So what will happen? When their imagination will develop, when their sense of wondering will develop, when they will start thinking in a different way, when they will apply their critical thinking, then their intellectual quality will also develop. They will start remembering. Today's you see the children, the way they talk, by seeing certain things, by involving themselves into them. One child, 2 years ago, when the school was running in a proper way, one child of class 3, I think, vividly described me how the leather football is made, that is used in the World Cup football. The child has entered deeply into that art of making that football. So like that it happens, So the objectives of art integrated learning at primary level are to help children experience joy and eagerness to learn. They should learn more. That will help. No? They should be happy and they should learn more. Learn to live in an inclusive environment. Yes, where everybody will be there. No, all types of children with different thinkings, coming from different family backgrounds, coming from different socio-economical backgrounds. There should not be any discrimination. I think children of any form, children with special needs, children, normal children, they will learn, live together and learn in an inclusive environment when art integrated in education will be implemented. In fact, in normal classes also we do the same thing. They will discover the concepts of mathematics and science in the world around them. They will be aware of interdisciplinary connections, how to be disciplined, how to join hands with each other. That will enhance their observation, curiosity, exploration, and creativity and free expression. They will start explore. The curiosity will develop. I'm giving much more value to this word curiosity. This is something that, this curiosity, this word curiosity is very important for children, because if they are having that curiosity, no, rest of the things automatically comes one after another. Exploration comes, creativity comes, expression, free expressions come. But first, that development of that curiosity has to take place. And who will help? The teachers, obviously. Develop expressive communication and critical thinking. Yes, questions will be asked. Foster an inquisitive attitude towards learning and knowledge. Understand and regulate their emotions. Create awareness of rich heritage and cultural diversity. So these are the things that will help the primary level. I mean, as the children will grow up, their catching capacity, their brain will develop, they will go on getting these points. Let us see after this what we have. Now we will move to upper primary level. Okay. During this stage, children are ready to comprehend more complex interconnection. Now they are growing. The brain is growing. Thank you, sir, Pandar sir. Now they are growing. Their brain is now developing. From primary, we have now come to upper primary. So obviously, their thinking will become a little more complex. Their questions will be more different. They will start asking in a different ways, and they will think in a different ways. During this stage, children are ready to comprehend more complex interconnections between concepts and environment. What is the concept and how it is related to the environment? The generator is working, the electrical generator. Let's take the electric generator is working. They will try to sit and they will try to compare it with the environment, how much it will affect the environment, how much it will work. So they will try to do it, and how artistic way they can make the generator, or they can make the generator, or the people is associated with it to perform, so that the environment doesn't get spoiled. I mean, this is I'm just saying in one way, it works in this way. Okay. Art integrated learning can allow children to build on simple concepts as well as relate them with academic content. Simple things they will. And they will start thinking. Develop a pluralistic approach and appreciate different possibilities. Not only they will be focusing on one, they will try to interlink with one another. One art form with another art form, then the third art form, this way and that way. So that gives more avenues, create more avenues for learning. Promote teamwork and mutual appreciation. One another will join hands together. Thank you, Pandey sir. One another. And teamwork will be there. One child comes with one idea, another child comes with another idea. They will try to amalgamate both the ideas. So that will lead to teamwork. That will lead to mutual appreciation. And it is happening. It is happening in the classrooms. That will enhance communication skill, language skill, problem solving skill. So when teamwork will be there, when different forms of artistic work will join hands together, then language barriers and everything, they will destroy those language barriers, and their communication skill will develop. Because when teamwork is there, each one will try to listen to one another, so that the best results come. This happens in the it is happening. I'll tell you, respected teachers, they are all happening. Only thing is that maybe we are not noticing them in that particular. Otherwise, you just give one project work to the children and you see how beautifully they do. Yes, team spirit. One simple project work you give to a group of people and see how beautifully they do. At that time, they all join hands together. And it's really beautiful to see that. It's really wonderful to see that. Build a sensitivity towards environment and societal concerns. So this will happen in the upper primary region. More it will happen. Create an art and apply their artistic skills in their day-to-day activities they will do. Learn inclusive practices of respect, care, empathy, and compassion. Yes, They will learn the inclusive practices. They will try to find out the limitations of others and they will try to bridge the gap of limitation. Art can do this. That is the impact of art. That's why we all run behind arts. That will create empathy among children, compassion, or some sort of moral values will develop. So it will not only help the children to learn the most the difficult things, the abstract contents of the subject, but it will also develop within themselves some sort of value and respect for each other, and understand and regulate their emotions, foster socio-emotional competence, cognitive competences. Brain will work much more, create awareness of rich heritage and cultural diversity. So these are the ways by which, if we implement art into education, these are, now we have to go for it. Okay, we have to do it. These are, we are getting this information in form of written form, but then we have to apply them. Strategies of implementing. How we are going to implement these things? Okay, so far we are doing, okay, we will do this, will happen. How we are going to implement? The following steps are recommended for effective implementation of art integrated learning. Now we can conduct capacity building programs for our teachers, and teachers means all teachers. So we can do capacity building programs through CBSE, through various sources. We planning of activities, how we'll plan, because everything needs to be planned. Okay, so we'll plan those activities. Time is also needed. Time management is important. Resources, from where we'll get the resources with minimum cost. Classroom management, how we will manage in the classrooms, and community involvement. The school community as well as the community on the school can also be used. Nowadays, whenever we are doing any form of teaching experiments, when you are doing any form of teaching, mark my words, teaching experiments for the school, for the betterment of the school, we are not only limiting ourselves to the four walls of the school campus. Sometimes we are going out of this campus. We are bringing in people with intellectual qualities from the community and taking their help for the development of the school. This is something that is happening also. So capacity building programs. Thank you, Naresh Paswan sir. Thank you so much. So capacity building programs we will conduct, introducing art as a resource will require reorienting the school system in the use of its pedagogical tool. All stakeholders of school education, including the school management, need to be oriented and understand the importance and the relevance of this pedagogy. Capacity building program here refers to any effort made by to improve the understanding skills of educators and others to implement art integrated learning in schools. It reduces the school's reliance to outside support or services by building their internal capacity also. Sometimes we have to go outside, sometimes we can do it by ourselves also. Teacher training workshops, teacher observation programs should be undertaken to bring about a paradigm shift in the ways students learn and the ways teachers approach teaching and learning. So capacity building program is something that needs to be done in the schools. Planning of activities. Everything works in a planned way. When things are planned, results are bound to be fruitful. Once the teacher begins to utilize art integrated learning methodology, she would need to work on the dynamics of planning. Art integrated learning will require linking art experience to the subject matter seamlessly and to identify methods and techniques. So planning is needed. And in schools, the planning that we teachers do is remarkable. Teachers pre-planning, familiarity with the subject combined with the attention to guiding and reviewing the children's response will keep the journey on track. So planning, implementation, how to use it, all these needs to be done. So stepwise planning for AI activities, this is just a suggestion you can do by your own selves, also by using your own creativity. I'm not saying that whatever we will discuss today has to be followed. This is just a suggestion. Thank you, Risiraj sir. You can apply your own techniques also. As recommended by National Curriculum Framework 2005, NCF 2005, all the education at this stage should be through arts, drawing, painting, clay modeling, singing, actions or movements. We further emphasize that 90% of the curriculum must be art oriented. And I will tell you, respected teachers, believe me, madam is sitting over there with us. She has a very, very good experience about this. CBSE prefers students answering their questions through some form of art activities. I'll tell you, in my life, I have seen some of the answer scripts of class 10 and 12 simply using art forms and giving the answers, and we gave full marks. I myself gave full marks. My head examiner also gave full marks. Kanchan Kumari, no sound. Am I audible, Banerjee sir?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, thank you, sir. Actually, somebody said that I'm not audible. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much, everyone. So during that correction time, during that our evaluation time, I have come across, ask madam, she will tell also. We have come across answer scripts where children have simply given the answers in form of some form of art. Either they have drawn comic strips or they have drawn some cartoons, and they have beautifully given those answers, and we gave full marks. CBSE goes for this. CBSE loves these types of answers. Instead of just writing in words, of course, some words were written along with illustrations. So that's the beauty of REAP. That's the beauty of CBSE's thinking. Therefore, while planning activities for this stage, the teacher must keep the above criteria in mind. What is another important for this stage is to focus on the process and not on the product. Yes, very, very important, respected teachers. Don't think about the product. What result will come? Please don't think about that. Think about the process. Because it is the process is perfect, the result is bound to be good. Result is bound to be fruitful. Result is bound to be a successful result, a satisfactory result. But the process needs to be learned, because once the process is learned, the concept is understood. Once the concept is understood, retaining capacity in the mind of the children will stay there forever and ever. And that is what our target is. That's what we want to do. So while planning activities, we should keep this in mind. Okay. So while planning activities for this stage, focus should be on using locally available age-appropriate materials such as pebbles, sheets, beads, leaves, flowers, sand, clays, so on and so forth. Whatever natural things are available, we can simply use them and make our children learn. In fact, everything lying in the school, everything lying around us are some sort of teaching devices. Primary stage wise we are talking about. Okay, at primary stage, art should be integrated with all subjects, as we have already said, should be used as an approach for teaching and learning of different concepts. This will help children to freely express their ideas and emotions. This will also help all senses through keen observation, because now the children will start observing. They will start observing very keenly. No? As the system is the most of our primary schools, our teachers teaches all subjects to her class, which gives her the freedom and the scope to plan art experiences in a way that cater to learning of multiple disciplines. And yes, in our schools, what we have in the primary section, we generally one teacher is teaching almost all the subjects. So obviously that will give another boost to the teacher to link the subjects with the art forms and present it for the children. The process and not the product should be focused upon again and again. Forget about the product. Just think about the process. The art experience should be planned such that it serves as interdisciplinary purpose, catering to multi-level needs of the classroom. Yes, when you talk about multi-level and interdisciplinary, one should be joined with one another. Children will learn the art of speaking also. Children will learn the art of drawing also. Children will learn the art of acting also. While we will try to join the interdisciplinary things, when multi-level needs of the classroom, when we will join one art form with another, one subject with another. In case of multi-grade classrooms where the students from different standard, this generally doesn't happen in our type of schools. The teacher should pay attention on composition of the groups, okay, according to their groups and all. But we don't have these types of schools in our system. We generally have fixed class for fixed students. The art integration of classes 1 to 3, 4 to 5 should be 80 and 70% respectively. That is according to NCF 2005. So 70 to 80% of our curriculum should be art integrated. The children of class 1 and 2 should be left with the material to experiment, express on subject, situation, and observe them. Yeah. Yes, give them a freedom. Give them a freedom. Let them learn. Class 3 onwards, they can be given simple topics related to their day-to-day activities, immediate environment, and also covers the curriculum. Upper primary, what we need? As the upper primary stage, emphasis should be laid on the use of learners' own imagination and development. Again, more freedom. Let the children learn their own, use their own imagination and develop the creative learning. It suggests that children of this stage work together in teams. The teamwork will develop. Socio-emotional development will take place. Enhancement of life skills will develop. So see, just it in one form, how many other forms are coming? Multidisciplinary things are happening. Skills are happening among children. They will learn interpersonal communication, collaboration. So all the life skills will also develop. Education is, that's why education is such a wonderful tool for development. No, there cannot be any substitute for that. At this stage, age group, the beginning of adolescence, their growing up concerns are also addressed naturally and effectively through integration of arts. Yes. Sometimes you will see at this particular stage, children start drawing heart, diagrams of heart, and they will try to draw arrows piercing through it. This is a normal development. This is a normal development. They will try to draw eyes of, the boys will try to draw eyes of girls, and the girls will try to draw the eyes of boys or lips of boys and all. No, this is a normal process. This is a natural process, and we should, of course, we will keep a watch on what exactly they are doing, but we should let them move freely. This is how things will develop. Instead of scolding them, they should make up very conscious so they will not go in the wrong direction when they are applying their art forms, when they are growing, because adolescent stage is a very, very difficult stage for all of us. While planning activities for this stage, the teacher needs to see that the focus is again on process, not on product. That is very common. Needs of inclusive classrooms are taken care of, right? Because by that time the children are becoming much more emotionally developed. The junior classes, in the junior sections, in the pre-primary, that inclusive education part may not be that much relevant, because it doesn't happen in that the children don't understand. But once they start growing, that some sort of differentiation do come into that. Then again, we have to enter over there and make sure that the needs of inclusive classrooms takes place over there. This is something that we have to do it. While making groups, they should follow a heterogeneous approach and ensure no discrimination. Just now what I said, no discrimination on the lines of social prejudice, gender stereotypes. Periodic regrouping of children is done for better exchange of ideas. It's not that only one group of people, one group of students will work. Okay, time to time, let us shuffle the groups in the classrooms and let us involve them in different work of learning. Children are allowed to use diverse art forms and materials to avoid monotony. Yes, different. It is very easy to say to use diverse art forms, but then you can do it, if we just messy art forms, we can get all these things. ICT is an explanatory tool and it should be encouraged. Children are provided with opportunities to interact with local, regional artisans to enhance their sensitivity, awareness towards indigenous culture, heritage. Yes, especially the schools in the rural areas, like my school is in a rural area. And sometimes we do bring these artists from the rural areas, the singers, the baul singers and the folk song singers, and those who make this local art and craft, which are sometimes try to bring them into the school, and we just make them mingle with the students, talk with the students, discuss with the students, and they will learn their local things also. Field visits, museums, galleries, historical moments, bazaars, heart. Very common in the village areas, the heart. Hearts and bazaars and melas are excellent sites of artistic knowledge, I would say. The extent to which the art experience can be taken to connect it with concept, subject, content, art experience is utilized as an assessment tool also. Yes, we will use it as an assessment tool. Planning and time is very important. Today's education is a turnkey project. No question of wasting time here and there. We have to be very, very specific with time. If you recollect, once I did a program on smart teachers make smart classrooms, where we have to be very, very time bound. So time management at every stage is an important aspect of teachers' professional competency and productivity. Teachers can sometimes find it challenging to take out time for organizing these things. Yes, due to scarcity of time. This can compromise the creation of joyful and experiential learning environment. So, time management at every stage is an important aspect of teachers' professional competence and productivity. See, what we know, we may have ideas, and we have brilliant ideas, we have unique ideas, we have excellent ideas. But if we go on dragging the time, then that will also not work. No. At the end of the day, if I am not able to give the result, my principal will start taking things in a different way. Student has to be very, very time bound. And I am a person who is always behind time. I always make it a point that we finish things uh, within the given stipulated time. This can so teachers can sometimes find it challenging also to take out time for organizing all these things. This can compromise the creation of joy, and if that is not there, then we will be compromising with the joyful experiential learning environment. So on contrary, there are interesting time slots available in schools such as morning assembly, festivals of celebration, special assemblies and excursions, which can be utilized for mass art experience. Yes, we can go for that, and can easily link to the subject content of learning. So plan, and more plan. Q. Ravi Kumar sir. Resource planning, where we'll get the resources, so much of artwork, so much this, that it's needed. How will we get them? Proper planning of resources adds to the nobility of art. It's proper planning. See, simply, we cannot waste the things. Person, a good artist will not at all waste a drop of his color. This is what they say. They always use it in some way or other. So regular research and extensive groundwork by the teacher helps them to create a rich repository of resources which include regional and local resources. So thinking, doing research, and having a good repository of resources. The resources should be easy to use and convenient procure as they are easy availability within and ensure increased frequency of use. Okay, how easily we can get it? That should not be very costly, very expensive, and how we can use it. Our teachers around the country is doing. You Devakar sir, thank you so much. I will always say, no, our school teachers all across the country are brilliant artists. The way you all are doing, it's simply incomparable. While selecting the resources, especially the physical ones, one should be confident of the fact that there is a flexibility in the choice of resources. Yes, we have to choose them, and we have to choose them that there should be flexibility. We can use one particular thing for several purposes, for multiple purposes. That needs to be taken into consideration. What type of resources we need? Material resources. While planning and selecting materials and equipments for art integrated learning activities, one can practice thumb rule of the following 5 points. This is the thumb rule. The resources should be economical. Very important first. Too much of money spent is not a good one. It should be environment friendly because we are doing with we are with children. We cannot put them in any type of unwanted situation. They should be reusable. Again and again we can use them. Innovative and locally available. Yes. One something we cannot say that we will order it from US, it will come, then only we can do it. No. Community resources, ways and forms. Community resources can be taken, ways and forums to involve local community. In the beginning, I told you, must be devised to develop a healthy and proactive community school partnership, where when provided with opportunities to interact with local and regional artisans, school enhances their sensitivity of awareness towards the indigenous art culture, the local culture, local art. One must know one's own locality. You know, the greatness of our education with the Western education, I'll tell you, I'm not here to compare anything, but I will tell you, compared to an Indian student, an American student is far, far behind. Believe it. Ask madam. She will also give you the same information. An American student, openly I'm saying in this forum today, American student, forget about his country. He even doesn't have too much idea about his own surrounding. Our children, by the time they are in class 5 or 6, they know the world. Forget about their own place. Because we are training them in such a way. Our curriculum is made in such a way. And I am a witness to this. I have met students from our own places. Of course, we all are. I have met students from foreign countries also. That is the beauty of our education system, because we try to imbibe the local community, the locality, the nation, the world, and all, which is not there. So it is recommended that we should take them for field trips. We should take them outside and make them see their own locality. One must see one's own place first. Our Kavi Guru Rabindranath Tagore, in one of his poems, he said that if you want to know the country, if you want to know the people, then go to those villages, meet those village people, meet the potter, meet the cobbler, meet the farmer, and you will get your country over there. That's what we all are doing actually. And space has to be created. It is saying that the traditional set of learning is often confined to specific areas, whereas in art integrated learning, it is recorded that the teacher needs to become more flexible by selecting and using learning spaces. Space should be such that provide children with an opportunity to explore, experiment, create, and express themselves. At the beginning also we said that freedom is a way of expressing one's own quality. That will do. And finally, we are coming to the end. Classroom management. How will do all these things? Okay, it's so many things, a lot of discussion. But how are you going to do this? Classroom is the space that becomes a fertile ground for learning. That's of course true if utilized and managed appropriately. Give suggestions. Just that suggestions. Again, I'm telling, I'm not an expert. Okay, I'm not saying that you have to follow this. You can use your own imaginations, own thinking, and all. These are just some suggestions. Flexible sitting arrangement, which provides space for activities with free movement of children and teachers for better efficacy of art integrated learning. Recommended that it is recommended that the traditional sitting arrangement, rows and columns should be discouraged, and U-shaped, semicircular sitting arrangements can be made. Teachers and facilitators should move across the classroom with space. Yes, we all are doing this. This will help the teacher to reach and facilitate every child. So AIN approaches and recommends children working in groups with active engagement in collective learning. At pre-primary stage, group sizes should be of 2. In standards 1 and 2, groups can be 2 to 3 children, and at a time in the standards 3 to 5, 4, 5. So as they will become bigger and bigger, as their brain will develop, the group will also go on increasing. Then the interaction will be much better and develop better group dynamics will be there. Teachers can plan the children of groups. Same would not have a good classroom management. We should not have the same group all the time. Let us change the group style today. Then what will happen? There will be a flexibility in movement among the children. They will understand. They will have discussion with different levels of children. Different thinking capacities will come. Encourage the process of inclusion. Everybody should be included. And all means all should be there. While forming groups, multi-level and multi-grade nature of classroom should also be kept in mind. Yes, sometimes we do it. Also, it is not always possible. Sometimes the junior section, senior section can be mixed together. Presentation by children should be encouraged to create interactive learning environment. Let them do by their own self. Every classroom should have display areas where children can work and can be displayed. Yes, after their work is done, we all are doing all this. They are displayed. Let people say, see and say. Let people say. Let the parents say. Let the stakeholders of education say. Let the local community say how our children are learning. Reading corners created where children can have storybooks and all these things. A classroom can also have an innovative performing space area which can be used for regular presentation of performance. Sometimes we are doing all these things. If practiced in true spirit, the above will not only help children to develop a sense of ownership of their classroom and school, but can also transform them into learners for life. Yes, no doubt about it. And the way we are developing our children, respected teachers, the way you all are working with the children, you are doing wonderful job. Forget about last 2 years, what has happened. Let us forget those the pandemic period. But before that also you all did, and you all are just bubbling with new ideas for this coming sessions. And assessments, how we will do? Okay, assessments through art integrated learning helps the facilitator to move away from traditional paper, pencil, or oral and recall method towards continuous and comprehensive assessment method. Okay, methods which can help to assess both the learning of the subject as well as socio-emotional development of the student will take place. It will help us to democratize the process of assessment. Okay, we'll become very free and flexible in assessing the student. In which the students offer multiple modes of expression they learn. Hence, it becomes an effective tool for both competency-based learning and to assess competency-based learning. Okay, so competencies will develop, the competency-based learning will develop, the ideas will develop among children through art integrated learning, and their concepts will become much, much, much clearer. We are again thankful to National Council for Educational Research and Training for these guidelines and all. These are not my words, these are what, but yes, somewhere or another I have changed a little bit because it was, the guidelines are huge. We just cannot have all those because otherwise it will take 5 to 6 hours to study. But that I have just made it into brief. I have edited it and we have come. So with this, we come to the end of this small presentation discussion learning where we all have learned about how art integrated learning, if implemented, can turn out to be very, very unique method of teaching our students. I will once again try to show you on video. I want to share that video. I am not getting it. I don't know where it got lost. Let me see if I can get it once again before we call it a day. Just give me a little. If I can find it, I will definitely show it. This was somewhere there. It got lost. I don't know why it has got lost. And two more things I will show you. That is, while we are doing the assessment, please make it a point that we are non-judgmental, non-comparative, non-competitive, non-threatening also. Okay. Children should not get threatened that our teacher will do it in this way, that way. That should not be done. And we can use art forms for various subjects, like for mathematics, we can use various shapes of mathematical figures, and we can use them for making a beautiful dream house. Like we have cones and cylinders and spheres and cuboids and cubes, and children will learn this as well as they will also create this. Okay. Types of houses at different climatic conditions, what type of houses will be there. That will help them also to understand their continent and the house materials and all. Okay. So with this, we come to the end of today's small session on. I feel very sorry I'm unable to show you the video. Once again, I will try. Where it got lost, I cannot understand. Just give me a little. Last time I will try where it got lost. Can this video be seen? Is it visible? Banerjee sir, is the video visible, sir?
Yes, sir. The video is visible, sir.
Okay, thank you. Please, thank God. Finally, you got the video. Please see this video. Please see this video. This is a wonderful video. Please see this video. Not visible, but it is visible. The video is not visible, sir. Banerjee
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it is not visible, sir.
sir,
Actually,
it
there
is
is
not
some
visible
problem
right
with the
now.
video. I don't know. It is. Yeah, right now it is not visible.
Right now, it is not visible. Okay, let me check it
No.
once. Let me check it once again, sir. Sir, now it is visible, sir.
Also, it is still not visible.
Still not visible. No, sir, what is happening? I'm trying to share it. Or is it overlapping? Too many windows are there because of it. It is overlapping.
Might be possible because this problem is from your system only, sir. Because we can see
Yes,
the
yes,
time only.
I can understand it. It is from my system. Yes, sir, I can understand. Yes, sir, I'm trying to do it once again. It's a glitch. Yes, yes, it's a glitch. But it, sir, it's a wonderful video. I just can't. And I feel that it will be injustice if I don't show the video. It's such a beautiful video. Okay, let me see, sir, once again. If the last and final time I'll try. Sir, is it now visible, sir?
No, sir. It is still not visible, sir.
Sound is also not coming. No, sir. Sound is
No,
also not
no,
coming.
no sound, no video.
What's the problem, sir? I cannot understand.
Sir, if it is possible, you can share the link of that video.
Yes, I'll try to share the link, sir. I'll try to share the link, sir. Yes. Let me see if I can.
Yes.
Sir, now also it is not visible, no, sir?
No, sir. Not visible.
Sir, then I will forward the link to ma'am, sir. Okay, so that it can. There is some problem is arising, sir. Otherwise, it was a beautiful video, sir. I don't know what is the issue with it, sir. Okay, sir. Then we will call it a day over here. Ma'am, Subhashri ma'am, are you there, ma'am, with us?
No, no, Subhasri ma'am, it's not there, sir.
Okay. Okay, sir. Then with this, we come to the end of today's program on this art integrated learning. I hope definitely our teachers over here definitely have got some information. Thank you for being with me for this 1 hour. We all learned. The more we learn, the more we know, the more we know, the more we can share it with our children. This is our motto. With this, I will say once again, good evening to all of you. Have a nice evening to follow and be happy, be healthy, take care of yourself, take care of your children, and enjoy life. Always see the brighter side of life. That's what we all teachers are supposed to do for our children. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now you can leave, and every participant can leave the session.
Yes. And I hope all of them have filled in the attendance sheet.
No, sir, there is no separate attendance link will be there.
Okay.
The attendance will be automatically generated for the candidate who are there in this session for more than 40 minutes.
Okay, sir. So please, once again, sir, you tell them because many people are asking, many teachers are asking about that attendance. So those who are there for more than 45 minutes, they will automatically they will get their attendance done. That's a very good idea, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you and thanks to all of you. Do give your feedbacks if you think that the session was okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Abdul Razak, sir.